What's up guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video. So today is a good one because we have got a collaboration with Rob Gray. Most of you are probably going to know Rob Gray already. If you watch my channel, chances are you watch his. But if you don't, you should be. There's going to be a link to his channel at the end of this video, so don't worry, you'll be able to find his channel easy enough. So, I've known Rob for a little while. Never met him in person, but we've messaged each other a few times here and there because we both have YouTube channels that cover very specific stuff. He's an awesome sports photographer. This is going to be a cool video. Let's go. Just quick guys, going to touch on my social media channels. We are going to gun through this quick because we want to get into Rob Gray's stuff, right? But don't forget to follow me out on Instagram. You can find me 3 different places, at Rob Sambles, at Rob Sambles Sport, at Scorchers Photog, and I'm on Twitter with at Rob Sambles Photo. Don't forget to go check out the Patreon page, and you can be part of the Facebook group if you want to be. That is the top link in the description. Go check that out. Come and see what we're doing in the Facebook group. Really got the conversation going over there, which is really cool to see. So yeah, Rob Gray. I first reached out to Rob probably maybe even like a year ago or a few months ago at least, just to kind of say, look, awesome channel, I like what you do. Him and I had a few little messages here and there. That kind of developed to us talking on Instagram and WhatsApp, and we decided we should do a video together. Obviously, we have a slight challenge because he's over there in the States. I'm over here in the UK. So apart from one of us like paying for a flight, right now we've had to do a video remotely. But still really cool. So what we've done, he has very kindly sent me one of his latest videos, and I'm going to look at it now, going to kind of review it and share with you my thoughts, and we're going to talk a little bit about it as we go along. The video I've picked is the latest video, or one of his latest videos from his channel, to do with 5 things that make a great sports photo. I'm going to have a bit of a look at that video. Got the laptop right here. Going to talk through it and going to kind of share my thoughts with you guys as we go. So look, no messing around. Let's get into watching Rob's video.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode where this time we're going to talk about no sports events because they've all been canceled because of coronavirus. So
man, I love like the energy that Rob has with all of his videos. He's a bit like me. He's quite like expressive, but he does it in like a real comedy way. I like it, man. He's cool.
What I think are 5 things that make a really good sports photo. Number 1 is action. Number 2 is emotion. The thrill of the game and what happens during the game. The third is something different. You got to look for something different. The fourth is your background. Dirty backgrounds, got to look for the right background. And then finally, know the sport.
Yeah, so the 5 things that Rob's talked about there, definitely. You could have picked a load of different things, right? But those 5 things, yeah, absolutely. Action and context, especially in like a storytelling way of kind of what's happened in an event is really, really huge. Emotion and something to remember, yeah, 100%. Those are the photos that make the papers and the online news stories, right? The big celebration, the thing that's the moment to remember. Looking for something different, that's a big one. The biggest and some of the most famous sports photos in the world come from when somebody has done something different or they've got a unique angle on a situation. So 100%. The background, that's a big one. I've been working a lot lately on looking at my backgrounds and not having a messy background. In fact, we talked a fair bit about that in my recent sports critique video. So yeah, that's a really good one. And lastly, knowing the sport. This is big, right? I love shooting basketball and I feel like I do a decent job of it because I know it so well. I know football well too. When I've had to go photograph sports I don't know so well, it's much, much harder. So 100%, that's a really good one.
Context. What teams are playing. You want to get a picture with the sport, with the ball, and 2 players moving towards you where you can see both their jerseys, what teams they are.
Yeah, that links with like that storytelling thing I'm talking about, right? If you get a photo, maybe even a simple photo, but it's got both players coming towards the camera, the ball's in the shot, it's clear what teams are in it, what event it is. Sometimes those kind of things get picked up for like social media shots or news shots, especially sometimes during the course of an event, like websites or social media pages that are doing like updates as you go. Sometimes they just want that simple picture that shows who's playing, what are the teams, and what's the event. So yeah, Rob's bang on with that. Absolutely right.
And from there, you want to start looking for other things like celebrations and dejection, things like a big dunk or someone scoring
Whoa, oh man, that is a big dunk.
a goal or scoring a touchdown. You want to get pictures of the top performers. You want to tell a story.
Yeah, that's Rob's used the same phrase, right? It's that telling the story. You want photos that go through, you need celebration photos from the team that's won. You need sad, like dejected photos from the team that's lost. You want to be able to describe the key moments in photos. So yeah, that telling a story, so important, definitely.
The second thing I'm looking for is the emotion of the event. And so you want to get those celebrations, the yelling, then the screaming, and then dejection after a goal. Feeling like they let the team down because they let a goal score.
Yeah, so Rob's kind of elaborated on exactly what I'm saying, right? But forget that for a minute. Let's take a minute to look at the quality of this photo. That is an awesome shot.
Sometimes, actually, there isn't anything. There's not even a good dunk in the game, or if there's only one dunk, you might have missed it because the referee runs in front of you.
Oh man, the pain of referees. Looks like Rob has the same pain with referees I do. It just feels like wherever you go, they're always there.
They don't score a goal, and so there's not a lot of things to get like celebration. For those, you're looking for shots where it's a good play.
Yeah, that's always hard, right? Sometimes you get like games where nothing happens. There's no goals, there's no celebration, there's no moment to tell a story. It's just a boring 0-0 football game, soccer game for Rob. So that's hard sometimes, right? So yeah, that's you just gotta try and get what you can and hope you get enough photos together to be able to tell a story of a boring 0-0 game.
Okay, the third thing is you have a whole bunch of photographers that are all given the same area to take their pictures.
Yeah, that's the same as here, right? Some of those photos that Rob's showing there, the same. You get like, especially at some of the bigger football games, you will have. I've done Champions League games where there's been like 80 photographers. I mean, think about that. 80 photographers for one football game. You are packed in, and it's hard sometimes.
You need to come up with something that makes your photos unique, something that makes yours stand out, something that's different.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? About trying to get a different angle on something, or sometimes. I mean, I've done a football game before where I can't think what it was. I think it was like Fulham something, where I was at the wrong end for a goal. And almost every paper used photos from the photographers which were sat in the corner nearest the goal. So they had a photo on a goal. Whereas there was one paper, I think it was The Guardian maybe, that picked up one of my photos where I had a photo of the goal from the other end of the pitch. But it was zoomed in and it had a different angle on it. And yeah, in fact, it was Ryan Sessegnon. It was a Fulham goal. Where you could kind of see him running up and about to hit it. And you could see the keeper like trying to anticipate where it was going to go. And probably the reason that got picked up is just because it was a different angle, a different take on the same moment. So yeah, 100%.
The fourth thing, I like to make sure that you're aware of your background. Oftentimes you're given an assigned area where you can shoot, but if you can, you want to move so that the sun's in the right spot or you don't have a really busy background.
Yeah, Rob's totally right? Clean backgrounds make a big difference. And it's hard sometimes because sometimes you do get given a spot and you have to try to shoot from where that spot is. But yeah, Rob's right. Trying to think about your background is something that probably people don't think about that often. And certainly some of the photos that have come to me in the critique videos, I think probably people haven't really thought about what's in the background of their shot. So that does make a big difference.
thing I like to do is try to position myself so I can get a shot, and also provide some context, like a sign. Championship game, I like to get the championship logo in the background, or at the X Games, you get the X Games logo.
Oh, man. Whoa, Rob, that X Games photo is nice. It's just the composition of it, man. The way you got that guy, like, on the right there, entirely on the black background, and the logo. Man, I love this.
If you have a bad background, is to shoot tight and then crop tighter. It's good to show the height that they're actually going out of the pipe for snowboarding, so and skiing. You actually see how high they're going, as opposed to if you're cropped in tight, you don't have that feeling of how high up in the air and how actually cool it is. Finally, number 5, and that's to know the sport.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, this is a really important thing, right? So it'll be interesting to see what Rob's about to say about this. In fact, I'll probably just let it run for a little while and just watch it myself, because it's interesting to see what another photographer thinks about this, because I think it's really important.
Things like gymnastics and skateboarding and snowboarding, half pipe, they have a routine. And you know the routine of the athlete. Then you know when they're going to do a certain thing, like a spin, or where they're going to do a grab on their snowboard, and they're really going to open up and you're going to see their face exposed. When they spin, it's very difficult to get a good shot. You can't tell with a still photo what they're doing when they're just in a tight ball spinning. Shaun White, that can do these tremendous athletic feats of 1280s and just incredible height. You don't see it when they're spinning so quickly. Once you get to know the athletes, then you know that I need to move over here for this athlete. For gymnastics, you know that when they're on the parallel bars and they do their final dismount, sometimes they're going to be facing one direction, and then other athletes are going to be facing the other. And so you kind of need to know which athletes are going to land where, and you try to position yourself where you're in a common spot for most of the athletes. That's similar for baseball. If you have a lineup of all left-handed batters, then you probably want to be on the third base side, so that their body and their numbers and their batting stance is facing towards you, as opposed if you had 6 right-handed batters, you would want to be on the other side. Otherwise you're going to be getting their backs.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like the left and right thing that Rob's talking about as well. That's why I will always shoot for basketball from a certain side, because most players are right-handed. So when they go out for dunks or layups, they're opening up their bodies like this, and so you get the angle. If they were the other-handed, left-handed, you're getting this kind of angle, right? You can't see the face and the arms are crossing the way. So that's a really important point that Rob's coming up with there.
There's always advantages for any position you get, so try to look for those. I think with these 5 things, you're going to have really good sports photography, and I hope this is helpful. Like and subscribe.
Make sure you do, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, right? Nice one. That was really cool. It was a really good video. I enjoyed that, and it's good to watch Rob's stuff. Like I said, at the end of this, there is going to be a link to Rob's channel. So please do take a moment. Make sure you head over to Rob's channel. Make sure you like his video. You can see that whole video in full over there as well. I've only kind of shown bits of it. I've chopped in and out. You can watch the whole thing over there on his channel. So make sure you do. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you comment on his videos, and tell him and tell everybody you came from Rob Samble's channel. You came from mine first. So make sure you let him know. Make sure you also like and subscribe to my channel. Take a second, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. 2 photographers whose videos you can watch now. Hopefully I've helped you guys out. If you didn't know Rob's channel already, then there you go. You've got another YouTuber who you can go and follow. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little collab. It's not going to be the last one that me and Rob do together. We're going to be doing a couple of things like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys. I will see you on the next video.